Okay, here we go. I'm gonna get in trouble for this one. I'm sure of it. We were so close to having a 9/11 stream. Alas, a Nintendo Clickbait 9/11 stream did not happen. That's gonna be the only 9/11 joke, I think. Maybe not. We'll see. Um, so Nintendo is going to be kind of the main little point that I want to get across here. And some light teasing and fun for our white Dan. All right, so Radio Doc tagged me in the Discord about Nintendo, their corrupt affairs and their patents and stuff, which, me being me, I had to go searching. I wanted to make sure I had all the information, so I actually took the time to read the patent in detail. And again, I mean, you saw the thumbnail. Let's lay everything out, really, just so we're clear and everybody's on the same page. These are just my Switch games, and these are just some of them. These are just some of my Nintendo Switch games. This doesn't count the digital ones. This doesn't account for years of me buying Nintendo or me buying on PC, supporting any developer, but Nintendo's the only console that I actively buy now. Here's my Switch 2. I paid for it with my own blood money. That's how it goes. Wasn't given to me by Nintendo. We don't got those kind of subscriber numbers. I wish we did. That is the one thing I miss from being a big channel, because I used to whore myself out for companies. I do miss that. I gotta say, I do miss that. I would whore myself out again. Disney was an awesome partner. You just can't ever say anything bad. But anyway, so now with that out of the way, I grew up with Nintendo. I was born in '89. An NES was already in the house. And specifically, if you don't know this, that's a different conversation. A Famicom was actually what was in the house. And then SNES was in the house. I played Super Metroid when it came out. I'm talking like Rugrat grew up with gaming. I love gaming. I flat out love it. And so, but now all the patent stuff because of Pal World and all this, and Nintendo's in the news, so I got everything together. I wanted to cover all of this. I thought it would be important. So, Nintendo generates more clicks than any other console. I thought that was interesting. And Nintendo Clickbait thereby generates even more clicks. You make a lot of money targeting Nintendo, which is easy. They're the only exclusives left. They're the biggest competitor. Like, nobody else is doing exclusives now. It's literally only Nintendo. Targeting Nintendo is a pretty easy, very popular thing to do, which is cool. I don't care. Make money however you want to make money. Clickbait is clickbait, though, and not having the full picture is like, it's an incomplete conversation and it's an incomplete debate. So let's have a full actual conversation about it. So Nintendo's patent on Pokemon and on summoning monsters. One, the patent is very specific, actually, which kind of deflates the entire conversation. The patent is very specific. It says summoning monsters from a spherical ball to do turn-based battles. So it's not summoning monsters. And that just kind of that ends, like, that pretty much puts an end to any kind of, like, major clickbait. Because there's just no fun conversation after that, and there's no, like, panic. And, the internet, well, humanity, society, people, they love a good panic. They love fear-mongering. It's really easy, and fear-mongering generates the most clicks and makes the most money. So, when you take that away, you don't have much of a conversation. But it is a very specific patent. World of Warcraft, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Persona. I could go on and on. Literally, any game where you summon monsters is fine. Like, there's nothing there. There's literally, they're not going after anything. And the way Nintendo has very much so specified in the patent, they're only covering their asses for summoning monsters or creatures from a spherical ball and engaging in turn-based combat. Hey, Miguel. Um, that's it. That's pretty much it. Like, that's. But clickbait takes that and has led people to believe, oh my God, Final Fantasy summons. What's gonna happen to Final Fantasy? What's gonna happen to all these games? Fucking nothing, because they don't account for that. And to be even Digimon, like all of them are fine. Like I could go on and on with the list of things that are fine. I mean, they're going after Pal World for obvious reasons. Come on, but you know, like there's just nothing else to that conversation. But I'm happy to put my face with a statement, especially since Radio Doc tagged me, or AKA White Dan, which again, if you don't know this, kind of an asshole. So if you come at me with half-baked misinformation that you quickly read about, I mean, like, come on. You got to know I'm going to call out that shit. There goes my plans for anyway, sorry, I'm looking at the Discord. But yeah, no, it's really straightforward. There's nothing else to it. Radio Doc / White Dan. Now, I say all of that to then, yes, yeah, White Dan. I say all of that to also say this. If you disagree with the United States Patent Office granting this patent for Nintendo to patent summoning monsters from a spherical ball and engaging in turn-based combat, which I guess to be fair, like you'd have to be really close. Like you would have to be ripping off Pokemon pretty good. Like nobody goes. I mean, even before this patent, nobody. I mean, like Power was the only one who had the balls to do that. Nobody else was doing monsters that way. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but nobody was. I mean, that's a pretty big deal. Like that's pretty blatant. Like you're gonna get some attention. So anyway, all that being said, if you really are against it, and I said this in the Discord too, and I'm going to say it here so that it's me actually saying it, not just a post online. You can go to the United States, and the link is in the Discord, and I can put it up here. You can actually submit and argue the United States Patent Office granting that patent. You can do it. You can submit it. You can cite examples. But if you're an idiot who didn't read the patent and you only read the clickbait, you're going to look like an idiot, because my assumption is that you're going to go and you're going to argue every game that just summons monsters. But that's not what the patent is. You were misled and you bought into the clickbait. Sort of like buying into the clickbait about, Fortnite, this weird bullshit thing that started on 4chan. Oh my God. Did you hear? Fortnite said no to a Helldivers, or Helldivers said no to a Fortnite partnership because they didn't want to be associated with it, which I guess is supposed to be like a slag on Fortnite. I don't give a fuck what you play. I don't give a fuck. But like, it's just constantly like, if you believe literally everything online, you've got bigger problems. If you believe literally everything online. Anyway, that being said, I do love Nintendo. They have the fewest amount of layoffs in the entire gaming industry. They pay their workers a living wage. Every leak about Nintendo is always positive. I mean, they that's just it. Like that's not clickbait. That's just factual. It's just, it doesn't make for interesting reading. Nobody gives a shit when companies are like helping employees and doing good and hiring people and not firing and keeping their older employees around and, promoting from within. Nobody gives a shit about that. And Nintendo's the one. I mean, that's Nintendo, right? That's one of the reasons why I really do appreciate Nintendo. I appreciate what they do for the gaming industry, and it cannot be understated. And I feel very strongly about that. And they're the only exclusives left in the business. Everybody else is Sony's third party. Microsoft is third party. There's no more exclusives now. I mean, all that's left is Nintendo. I love my PC. I play everything on my PC. I legitimately do. I buy Sony, I buy Microsoft, but I buy it all on PC. I'm not getting a Nintendo experience on PC. And I love Nintendo. I grew up with it. I'm nostalgic. I'm biased. Absolutely. And we're all hypocritical. We're all hypocritical because you want to be armchair warriors, but you don't want to actually make the difference. So, like, you don't want to take the time to publicly, submit a form and go, hey, listen, this patent is wrong. You don't want to do that. It's just like politics. It's like anything else. And you're going to get, and it gets me a little riled up because I could go on about this. But if you don't want to actually make a difference and you accept the hypocrisy, then just accept the hypocrisy and let people enjoy what they enjoy. Okay? Like that's just it. I'm not I'm not an idiot. Like the second a Nintendo Direct comes up in the Discord and people are trying to have fun about it, somebody has to chime in saying some shit. It's like, what do you get out of that? I mean, come on. What the fuck do you get out of that? It's like you go after the patent, you go after low-hanging fruit, you didn't read the patent, you just end up looking like an ignorant ass. And I lose more subscribers than I keep. And I'm okay with that. But I do that because I'm not able to keep my mouth shut. Sniper! Hi, Sniper. Welcome to our subscriber loss special. I assume we're going to lose a few subscribers today. We're already on a downward trajectory, but I'm sure we're going to lose more now. So, yeah. Like, don't buy Sony then. I mean, you want to be morally upstanding? Don't buy Sony. Don't buy anything. You can't buy anything. The phone that you're watching on that was made in a sweatshop with kids, any device you use, terrorists, Hollywood, pedophiles, if you want to have a moral high ground, I applaud it. But to have a moral high ground and not be a hypocrite, you have to abandon everything. So fucking go right ahead. Get rid of your Steam. Sell your Steam account. You know, what Steam does, I mean, like how much money Steam takes, I mean, what Steam does and some of the suspicious and shady partnerships that Steam has, cut it loose. Get your moral high ground. Apple, Android, you don't get a phone. Sorry. You don't get a computer. Look into some of the stuff about NVIDIA. Look into Intel. Look into AMD. Look into any of it. Look into Microsoft. Look into Apple. You don't get a computer. Get rid of it. Have your moral high ground. But it's really, it's hypocrisy. That's what this boils down to. It's wanting to have it's wanting to have some type of superiority over someone else. Fuck you. We are here for a certain amount of time. You can enjoy life. You can try to be as moral as you can. But you can either accept the hypocrisy that is existence. Existing is complete hypocrisy. Because you cannot. Like, you would have to live without pop culture and without entertainment if you wanted to live a genuine life free from hypocrisy and have the moral high ground that, generally speaking, most people online seem to crave. Keyboard warriors especially crave it. You're protected, you're online, your face isn't there. You know, you hide behind an avatar, you hide behind a 3D model, you hide behind a cute girl, you hide behind whatever you hide behind. So you're protected. You have anonymity, you have a sense of superiority. Oh, Nintendo's patents. It's like, come on, Mac. Come on. So for me, it's just shit that isn't interesting anymore. It's not entertaining. It has no value to me. I don't give a fuck. Because I do. I like God of War. I bought that, but I bought that on Steam. So, like, am I supporting Sony? Absolutely. I have an iPhone, motherfucker. And before I had an iPhone, I had an Android. These are made by slaves. Like, basic slavery. Like, modern slavery that's okay, but slavery nonetheless. Any toy that I have that's labeled made in China. Like, all of it. Just, like, that's it. And you do, too. Because you're watching and experiencing this on something. Hell, you're watching on YouTube. And YouTube takes advantage of its creators. YouTube steals, like... look into who owns YouTube. That's all you got to do. Go down the rabbit hole, motherfucker. Anyway, Sniper says, "Damn." Miguel says he's watching on a portable PC. You're still hip. Well, you're not. You're technically not hypocritical because you didn't engage in this conversation, but you're still a criminal and you don't have the moral high ground that these people so desperately crave. What do you think of Jason Peter Garrick? Who the fuck is that? Is this a PSA stream or what? No, it's just, I got tagged in Discord, and for me, I'm like, oh, I'll say it. Like, I'll say it on a YouTube live stream. I will 100% stand by everything I say. I don't care. I am not in this for subs or having people like, again, just ask Dan. Just ask Dan. You can't because he left because he didn't like me going after him for Baldoni. Baldoni. What the fuck was his name? I don't even remember what his name was. Either way, Baldoni is a creep and a cunt. And I'm gonna call it out because it's half-assed information that you were told and you believed it immediately. And it's like, motherfucker, that's not what I do here. No, he's a creep and he targets women. Baldoni is a creep. Stop defending him. And don't defend. And if you're going to defend him in my Discord, I'm sorry, you're going to get targeted because I am apparently, so I've been told, I am not that nice. But only if you're being an asshole. If you're not being an asshole, we'll get along great. But if you're being an asshole, come on. I'm not Googling that. You can tell me in the Discord. You can show me in the Discord. I ain't Googling. Spider Sniper isn't White Dan. Radio Doc is White Dan. That was the joke. You completely missed it. Radio Doc is White Dan. Because Radio Doc is the new guy who comes in with like weird bits of information, but not the full story because he got it from somewhere and read it very quickly and then shares it everywhere. And then it's like, and then sharing it during the Nintendo Direct where it's like, dude, can't we just have, I mean, like, we're going to die one day. Like, Nintendo? Patents? Really? Okay, fine. Let's talk about Nintendo patents. Let's really fucking do it. Let's talk about Nintendo patents and the fact that you didn't read it and the fact that you also don't even want to stand by your statement because you don't want to submit a report to the U.S. Patent Office. Hi, Apollo. Long time no see. Always great seeing a familiar name until you unsubscribe, and then it's like, that's okay. Oh, The Flash? Jay Garrick? What the fuck, man? What do you mean, what do I think of him? Like, he's fine. He's a superhero. He wears colored undies. Yay. Anyway. I see it. I have the chat channel up, motherfucker. I always have Discord up when I'm doing these live streams so that I make sure I know exactly who I'm talking to and what I'm talking about. Sniper is locked in on Fortnite. Spider Sniper is playing Fortnite. Oh my god, he's playing a corporate game. Anyway, no. Again, I want to be clear. I do not give a shit what you play. I don't care what console you own. I don't care if you don't care for Nintendo games. I don't give a shit. It has nothing to do with me. But this patent bullshit, I'm happy to talk about it. But we're going to really talk about it. And you have to be comfortable getting called out. And I know most people aren't. I know that from experience because of our subscriber numbers. Sniper says, Greg, who are you going to choose as your starter for ZA? Who are the starters in ZA? I can never remember because it's all over the place. I can Google it real quick. I don't fucking mind that. Okay, hold on. Who will the starters be? Chikorita, Tepig. Tepig? Doesn't fucking matter. Totodile. That's tough, because, like, each generation that they're from, they weren't the starters that I chose. Honestly, probably Tepig. I like fire. I love fire. I love fire, so it's going to be Tepig. There's a new gun that annihilates an enemy player with airstrikes in Fortnite. Sniper says Totodile. Miguel discovered it an hour ago, and then Sniper is telling me the starters. Thank you, Sniper. Miguel, which is your favorite starter? My favorite starter of all time is Charmander, because I'm nostalgic, and I can easily be won over by things from my childhood. Again, I completely know my biases. I just own them, and I don't try to hide my own biases. I do I don't like clickbait, and I don't like bad faith arguments or arguments that it's like politics. It's like somebody comes and says, "Did you hear about this?" and it's not true. How do you argue that? Because that's not an opinion. Like like you know, you can't argue factual information with somebody who doesn't believe in facts. And you can't argue with somebody who believes something is a fact when it's fake, when it's generated, when it's clickbait, when it's a half truth, when it's half the story, when it's a quarter of the story, so on and so forth. It's like you can't have any kind of discussion or debate anymore. The internet has made that worse. I love the internet. Again, the internet's given us a lot of great things, like porn. But it's also done a lot of shit too, and it's gotten worse with AI and all. And again, I could go on and on, but it's a bad faith argument because you can't debate. And then when you say, "Oh well, no, here's the truth," then they go, "Well, I need to go research it." It's like, motherfucker, you don't need to go research it. You're gonna go look for more clickbait information that's false or a half truth. And it's just like, no, this is literally what was submitted to the patent office. There's no debate. It literally says summoning monsters from a spherical ball to engage in turn-based combat. It just doesn't get. It doesn't get more specific than that. We can debate that if you want, but then I don't really know what we're debating. I mean, technically, unless you're going to argue what WB did with the Nemesis system, and you're going to go for that because the Nemesis system, nobody talks about that being patented. I mean, some people do in small circles. I mean, I know our group does, but we're niche. We're fucking weird. I say that with all the love in the world, but we're fucking weird. Like, we discuss these things. That's not normal. Normal people don't do that. Normal people have no idea what's been patented. They don't give a shit. Ask anybody off the street. They're not going to tell you. They're not going to know one thing about gaming patents. I'm sorry, but they're not. We're just fucking weird. Anyway, so all that being said, you can discuss the Nemesis system, and you can discuss Nintendo patenting summoning monsters from a spherical ball to engage in turn-based combat. But the question then becomes, like, is anybody else really going to risk? I mean, like, even before the patent, even if you look at all the monster games, you know, Palworld was the only one that really got ballsy with it. And there's still debate on whether or not Palworld actually stole data from Nintendo. I don't know. If they did, it'll come out in court. I mean, obviously they're fighting it, but we'll see what happens. Ultimately, the point still stands. If you, as an independent indie developer, let's say you're an independent developer and you want to make a monster game, catching, battling, whatever the fuck, you want to make that. Are you going to get that close to Pokemon anyway? Like, Palworld absolutely was ballsy, but I think, again, they're not even an American company, right? Like, that's why they're ballsy. They were like, we're not in America. We're going to take this risk. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the information I could search up on Palworld and its developers was very quick because I don't give a fuck. I looked at the patent, and then I tried to find information on developer, and then I got bored and went to masturbate. My point still stands. If you are an indie developer, are you going to risk getting that close to Pokemon even before there was a patent? I mean, I wouldn't. Anyway. Sniper says Charmander is the GOAT. Oh, absolutely. Fuck yeah. That evolution line and the shiny. Fuck, man. Yes, it doesn't get better, motherfucker. Miguel says Chimchar. Right on, man. Chimchar from Diamond and Pearl. That lines up with your age. Sniper is the one that surprises me because I know Sniper is a kid. So I'm surprised that Charmander is his GOAT, because usually your GOAT is nostalgia based. Unless, like, your first starter really was Charmander, but then I don't know what game you would have played that you got Charmander first at your age. Miguel, like I said, Diamond and Pearl, I get that. That lines up with your age. Sniper says, also, what do you think of Nintendo locking the Megastones for the Kalos starters behind online ranked battles, meaning that you need to buy Switch Online just to get them? So, two things there. One, devil's advocate. You can... new accounts can actually get a free, it used to be a month, I don't know if it still is because I have Switch Online, but you can get a free month of Nintendo Online if you really want to do that. It is a weird, I will say, especially being ranked battles, I feel like that shoe is going to drop. I don't feel like that's permanent. I feel like that's something for immediate, something for the online, for the ranked battlers. It feels like it's something specific. I don't see how that's permanent, just because so few people, kids, take part in ranked battles. My whole house plays Pokemon. I, I, me, I do not do ranked battles. Like, I don't. My kids don't. Like, fuck, man. I just don't. I don't do ranked battles. Will I get these Megastones? Do I have Nintendo Switch Online with the expansion pass? Because let's be honest here. Again, transparency. I do. I have the expansion pass. I love having the library of all these Nintendo games on the go. I love being able to take this anywhere. I love my Switch. It's actually dead right now because, or else I would turn it on and show you. Because like I don't mind. Like I'm fine with my bias and fine being transparent. But I was out last night. I was busy last night and took, I bring my Switch. I like sharing games with people. That's something I like doing. I like sharing games with people. Like if you are somebody, if you are a friend, loved one, someone that I like, I am going to be like, I want to show you things. That's just kind of person I am. I'm like this comes up now, and it's more referential now because my friends, I've told them a couple of things, but like I am a dog in a weird way. Anyway, I have weird canine habits. So I do think it's an absolutely weird decision. I don't know why it's ranked battles. And again, I don't do Pokemon for the ranked battles. So by all means, because I'll search it up myself, but correct me if I'm wrong. I guess like ranked battling is really popular. Like, because even in Halo, even when I play the Master Chief Collection with my friends, we're always in social because we fuck around. Like, I don't do ranked anything. I'm not that guy. I'm not that gamer. That just ain't fucking me. Like, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna relax and have fun. And to be honest, my friends and I were actually talking about this last night, and it's funny how to me how true this is. We will literally get together, all of us, to play a game. Like Halo. Halo is a really fun casual game, and it has the most spots. Like you can get 8 people on one team, so it's pretty easy to get a group together. Helldivers is only 4. There's nothing wrong with that, but like if there's more than 4 people, and there usually is, because I try to get everybody together. You get 8 people, it's like, well, what the fuck are we doing? It's like, well, let's play Halo. Just have fun and fuck off. But I do that with social, so that's just social playlists, things like that. But all that being said, I don't know the popularity behind ranked game types. I don't know if they outnumber social playlists or whatever like that. I do think it's weird because it'd be like hiding. Well, actually, no, because they did do that. Back in the day, I was going to say Halo, but Halo did do that. Halo 3 locked armor behind ranked playlist achievements. So my friends and I, for Halo 3, and I have every Halo 3 achievement. You can look me up, Mendicant Packs on Xbox. You can look up my account yourself. Because I love Halo. But I love it just for the fun of it, just for the social. Like, I'm not super good at it. It's just fun. Red versus blue, it's easy to target. I know the enemies, all that, whether it's campaign or whether it's competitive, multiplayer. But yeah, Halo 3 locked achievements behind ranked online playlists. Like, you had to do it if you wanted to complete it and get armor. So yeah, I almost said like I can't think of anything, but companies do that. Now Nintendo's doing it, locking something behind an online ranked playlist. So it isn't new, and it's not exclusive to Nintendo. And I'm sure it's not going to be permanent, because even Halo, eventually, Halo 3 just gave you they gave you the armor. Like now it was after Halo 3 had ran its course and Halo Reach had come out, but they gave you the armor anyway. They made it really easy to get and didn't tie it to achievements and shit like that. But to get it, like for me and my friends, when we played Halo, we were playing it as it was happening, and fuck man, we went after those achievements to get all this armor. But I digress. The spirit of it is the same, to be fair. So Halo did do it, and now Nintendo's doing it. I guess there's a market for it. Like I said, like and I'm sure other games have done it too. It's just like achievements. Like if you want to complete something and you have it, and the achievement is compete in a ranked playlist, what the fuck ever. I don't fucking know. You got to get online, and if you're playing on console, you have to pay to play. If the argument is why is Nintendo doing this, then again, Sony and Microsoft. If you're playing on PlayStation 5 or Xbox, I'm sure they're doing it too for games. Locking little trinkets and stuff like that behind achievements, behind things where it's like, no, you got to play online, you got to complete this challenge, you got to do this. So it's not exclusive to Nintendo. It's different being on PC, because as a PC gamer, I don't have to pay to play online. So Halo, Call of Duty, all these things, it doesn't really click with me. Not anymore. Obviously, Halo 3 and stuff back in the day did, but that was a different time. But nowadays, I don't do console gaming. And I upgrade, my money's going on upgrading PCs, and, I bought my Switch 2 and all that kind of shit. But it's like, I don't know what Sony and Microsoft are doing in terms of paying to play online and shit, but, whatever. I do think it's a weird choice, but I doubt it's permanent. I really doubt it is permanent. Eventually, they'll put it some other way to access it or gain it, and they'll give you some other way to access it or gain it, I'm sure, because that's just the cycle of gaming. They get you in the beginning, they try to get you to try things, all developers do this. They try to say, hey, come check out this game type, come check out this, come check out that, because again, that's what you had to do in Halo 3 back in the day to get some of the achievements and to be able to unlock the armor. But yeah, so is it a weird decision? Yeah. Is it new? No. Is it something only Nintendo does? No. So, okay. Sniper says, hey, man, I'm an adult. Dude, I'm not an adult. And you're definitely not, because I know how old you are. That sounds creepy, but you're not an adult. And I'm 36, and I've been told I'm not an adult. So, take it or leave it. But you think Charmander, the original dragon-looking Pokemon, is cool as fuck, which is fair. It's just... all I'm saying is that it's rare. Generally, if you like Pokemon, your favorite starter comes from the generation you started with. Statistically. That's all I'm saying. And that usually rings true. Sorry, checking my music. I have music playing. I don't think you guys can hear it. Let's see. Miguel says you can also go check it out, Greg, but I think you won't give a shit about Armor Drillo. Dude, I don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Oh, like you're still... is this Ben 10 shit? It is Ben 10 shit. Okay. Okay. I'm not that big of a... I mean, don't get me wrong, Ben 10's fine, but like... it's not my tism. Clearly, Miguel, Ben 10 is your tism. And that's good. It's good to have a tism. It's good to focus your tism on something healthy. You focus it on Ben 10. Right on, man. Anyway. You heard it here first, folks. Greg just ain't him. I'm not that competitive gamer guy. I'm going to go into the social playlist. It's just like what I was saying, like with me and my friends last night. We will get together and say, we're going to play a game. We end up sitting and talking and just shitting around. Like, gaming is just facilitating the group for us. It's like, oh, hey, we're here goofing off. Like, that's it. And again, I will freely admit, I derail gaming often because I am a child. And I'm just not mature enough. I can't. I will derail it. I will start talking. I will ramble. Something is going to happen if it just is. It just is, because we're sitting around doing, I can't help it. I can't help it. That's a terrible excuse, but I just can't. Let's see. Miguel says, why can't XLR8 fans and Fast Track fans? I don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Miguel is asking, am I an adult? You are an autistic adult. Sniper says, do you think that since they already retcon Ash Greninja to be base Greninja in the final fight of X and Y, that they'll further retcon it to be Mega Greninja? I didn't think so. I thought we saw Mega Greninja. Was that a leak or was that legitimate? I saw... Wait. Did something... Am I missing something? Ash Greninja should be in the final fight of XY that they'll further retcon it to be Mega Greninja. Are you talking about the anime? What the fuck are we talking about right now? Because Mega... I have the Ash Greninja that they gave away in the games. And I saw... And I saw the Mega Evolutions. You're talking about the anime. Okay. So, don't get me wrong. I like Pokemon, but I watched there's a point where Pokemon did not interest me as a show. And again, you're younger, so your X and Y was probably your Pokemon. My Pokemon was the original motherfucker. Like, I'm talking Kanto and Johto. That was my fucking Pokemon. I haven't watched it in years. My daughter did watch, because my daughter's Pokemon was X and Y, pretty much 2013. Like, that was her Rugrat age. Like, so her Pokemon was X and Y. But because I'm her dad, her first Pokemon game was Heart Gold and Soul Silver, because it's like, I mean, come on, I'm her dad, and I had those games, and she saw Pokemon on, she wanted to play Pokemon, and that's what I had. I was like, oh my god, you hear this? So her favorite Pokemon is actually from closer to my generation. Anyway, it's a whole thing. But I know in terms of the anime, X and Y was what she used to watch, but it didn't stick with me. I just wasn't engaged with it. Like, if you've seen one show where Ash goes through 8 fucking gyms, you've seen them all. No offense. Again, the point of the anime is to be an introduction for each generation of games to a new generation of kids. I totally respect it. I love it. I get the business. I get the marketing. But I haven't watched Pokemon in a long time. I did, because my son is now the Pokemon age. I did watch the stop motion Pokemon Concierge on Netflix. Because my son loves Psyduck. Like, he fucking loves Psyduck. So do I, don't get me wrong. It's a Kanto Pokemon. Of course I love Psyduck, but my son loves Psyduck. So we watched Pokemon Concierge because it was like in the trailer or whatever. That was really cute and really fun and really different. I appreciated that show. I love the stop motion animation. It was beautiful. Very well done and very different for Pokemon. I loved that. I would watch more shit like that. But I will never watch another Ash going through 8 fucking badges all fucking again. Like, he's a, I'm not ever going to, I'm not. I watched Kanto and Johto. I'm good. Like, I understand Pokemon. You understand it. So no, I do not have any references for the show. I don't even know why Ash Greninja happened. I just know that something happened in the anime, and they gave it away in the game for a limited time, and I fucking got it, and that's it. Don't have a fucking clue beyond that. No idea. Because I have not watched Pokemon beyond Johto, except for what my daughter would watch, but even then, it was just me kind of like passing through. You seen them once, you kind of get it. You get the whole system. But I did watch Pokemon Concierge because it was different, and I really did like that. So I'm not against Pokemon shows. The format is boring because it's just the same thing over and over. Okay. Yes, Lamau. Sniper says in Journeys. Okay. Sure. Journeys. They retconned Ash Greninja to be base Greninja in the final fight. Oh, so like there was a flashback? But X and Y still exists, so you can go watch X and Y and get that experience. Is it possible that maybe the creators of Journeys didn't know or forgot that they did that? Like, man, you're on... I would have to start searching this shit up. Like, I'm on the outskirts here. Like, I'm 100%. I don't know what Journeys is. And I don't know what the final fight in X and Y was. So is it possible it was made by different people and they forgot or they didn't know and they just used Greninja's form? Like, is there any chance that the animators did not know about, that, they weren't the same team? And so, like, they come in, they do the anime, and they're like, oh, hey, like, here, there was a final fight here. Oh, Greninja? Okay, yeah, well, if it's Greninja, this is what Greninja looks like. I'll let you know. Something like that, maybe. Not on purpose, but ignorance destroyed canon. I don't know. I have no perspective. I honestly have no perspective on this. I can pretend to have perspective if you want me to. Miguel says his was the 5th generations. Oh, Black and White. Yeah, Black and White was amazing. Those were Black and White were the games that came out when my daughter was. So like my daughter played Soul Silver and then she played Black, because they were like one after the other and she was the perfect age. So like that was it. And then 2012, 2013, X and Y came out, and like so that was kind of her beginning anime where she was really super aware and watched it. Her beginning Pokemon anime. It wasn't the first anime she sat and watched technically. Anyway. But yeah, Black and White. So you're pretty close to my relatively close to what my daughter's experience was. You're just older than my daughter by almost, you're 24? My daughter's 17, you're 24. Sniper says flashback and they retconned it, and then Sniper says no, because now in the game, if you have a Greninja with Battle Bond, it no longer is able to become Ash Greninja. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Miguel says I haven't played anything Pokemon in a while, and Miguel says those were the ones when I dropped the anime and such. Fair enough. I mean, like I said, I was there for Pokemon Red, and because I was the perfect age. I was, it was 1998. I was the perfect age for Pokemon in America. And so from 1998 through, from 10 to about 13, or 9 to about 13, it was like it was red, it was red and blue, yellow, gold and silver, Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Stadium, the first 2 movies, Pokemon the movie 2000, and then, as is wont to happen, about 13, 12, 13, I discovered girls, and then I, like, Pokemon just kind of was like, oh yeah, because I did it before, all the games were the same, and so then I discovered girls, and then that kind of took precedent. What are you going to do? I don't feel like I made the wrong choice. And now I'm an adult. Still girls. But Pokemon doesn't do enough different to really get me excited anymore. There is a sex joke in there somewhere. There is a joke in there somewhere. I will let you find it. That's what she said. G-spot. Hey, it all comes back around. I'm gonna check and see, because I've got some notifications in the Discord, so I'm gonna pop in. Chat is Miguel being autistic. The workshop is Sniper. It's bro responded 4 days later. A wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to. Comics, book, and manga also has a post. Again, Miguel on the new Captain America run. I'm sorry, man. I just don't give a shit. And then Miguel is being autistic in chat again about the color yellow. Okay. Sniper says, in the Gen 7 and 8 games, if you had a Greninja with the ability Battle Bonds, it was able to still turn into Ash Greninja. But in Gen 9 games, the Battle Bonds ability just gets a stat boost. Well, that's interesting. I did not know that. I really didn't. I did not know that. Scarlet, Violet, Sword and Shield. My daughter has Shield and I have Sword. And then I have Scarlet and she has Violet. And though Scarlet and Violet is Gen 9, right? See, I don't pay attention. I never even finished those games, to be honest with you. I played them. I got some Pokemon in them. I traded with my daughter, you know. But it's still kind of like, it's the same, and it's like not that much difference. I feel like I've played it all before. That's why it's like, Nintendo, go ahead, patent whatever the fuck you want. It's like, you make the same, like the Pokemon games are always the same at this point. Everyone is too scared to rip you off except for Pal World, and that's because they're, I wonder, are they from China? I'm sorry. I have to finally know where the Pal World developer is from, because they're obviously not in America because they were too ballsy. See what I did there? So let's do a search. Pal World developer Pocket Pair. They're Japanese? They are really ballsy. Holy shit. They are right there with Nintendo. That's ballsy. That is really ballsy. And they've ripped off Nintendo before. Craftopia ripped off Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. They really like ripping off Nintendo. Again. Huh. All their games are kind of derivative. Nothing wrong with that. There isn't anything wrong with that. I'm just really surprised. I figured they would be Chinese. That sounds really racist. That sounds really fucking racist. But I'm going to be honest. All right. Miguel says that he played Diamond the most from what he remembers. Cool, right on. Sniper says, no, you were just late. No. I post precisely when I mean to. Miguel says, but you ain't a wizard. I am a wizard. I am a... I feel like it's too soon for a KKK joke, so I'm not going to make it. We love the G-Spot. I know. I love the G-Spot. It's always funny sometimes when a new guy is in the group and sex and stuff comes up and they talk about I'm not gonna say who said this because I know he watches. I'm not gonna say who said this last night, but he knows what he said. And he's like, man, speaking of G-Spot, because I tried. So the conversation started because I tried to change my YouTube name to G-Spot. And YouTube, I got a whole notification. I don't know. I guess somebody reported it. I don't fucking know. I don't give a fuck. It's fine. It's not a big deal. And I went for Greg Gasm instead. But anyway, so I wanted to do G-Spot, and I did it on Epic Game Store. I was going to change all my names to G-Spot because I was just having some fucking fun, just some dumb, just being immature. You can call it immature. I don't care. It was whatever it was, but it is what it is. And Epic took my name away and gave me fucking numbers. And I'm not allowed to change it again for like a month, which is like dumb and really annoying because I don't like being numbers. Like I'll change it to something else. That's fine. But anyway, so G-Spot came up and I was like, no, man, G-Spot's funny because I got this little flash that, you know, you've seen my YouTube channel. I got this. It pops up and it does. It says G-Spot, which I stole from Tech TV because I love Tech TV and it doesn't exist anymore. But I still wanted that because of Greg Gasm, on and on and on. And he was like, yeah, man, he just said, I don't get all the G-Spot stuff and the clitoris. He said, he said, I can't find it even when I'm sober. He said, and it's a weird thing to admit. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. Most guys, I don't know. It is not a problem I've had. And because what do you say to that, right? It's like, what the fuck do you even say to that? It's like, I'm sorry, man. Like I can find it. Like I've not, I that's not a problem that I have because I if you focus on the girl, you're gonna have a good time. Like just follow her lead. That's just it. Follow her lead. Like figure out what she likes, what she doesn't. Because my only thing that I can say, and this is what I told him, no two women are the same. No two women are gonna finish the same. And I was like, but they're not gonna finish at all if you don't work with them. It's like, and he was like, yeah, but man. And he just was like, yeah, man, but I don't really care if they finish. It's too hard. And I was like, I think we're having sex for different reasons at that point. Because for me, I'm like, it should last more than a minute, and you should. I mean, like, if not at some point in the evening or day, whenever you do it, she should be finishing. Like, if you take your time, it's not a matter of knowing what you're doing. Every woman is different, but she should be finishing if you're working with her. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. It's like the reason women are like really disappointed and bored with sex is because of guys like that. Like, well, straight women. Lesbians probably don't have this problem. But it's just, come on, put in some fucking effort. And then, so new guys always being a part of it. Like, it's like, whatever. I won't, because I try to be friendly. Yeah, sure, come over, hang out, whatever. But I'm like, no, I can't invite you over because, like, at some point we will get into an argument and I'll hit you. But then another guy, and I'm not going to say their, I'm still going to avoid saying their names. But then another guy, he said, man, why do they always want you to go down on them? Because he said, I don't like it. And I was like, but don't you like always ask for blowjobs? And he said, yeah, but that's different. I said, is it though? I don't know. I like having my face set on. But I'm a giver. Apparently. The bar is lower than I thought it was. The bar's really fucking low. And I sometimes it's just like, oh, okay. Anyway, it is like, yeah. Anyway, so, and all of that entire conversation spun out because Epic took my fucking name away, and then YouTube took my fucking name away. That entire conversation spun out from that, just because I got my little G-spot blurb here, and I really wanted to just go with the joke. No, Miguel, these guys aren't in the closet. They don't know how to make sex fun at all. Like, sex is just a one-person thing. For them, like, the woman is merely, you could replace the woman with a blow-up doll at that point, or a what's it called? A fleshlight? I'm sorry, I don't remember what it's called. The weird thing that looks like a vagina on like a flashlight, basically. That's a fleshlight, right? I am showing my disconnect from some of these toys. I have handcuffs. I don't have a fleshlight. But I think that's what it's called. I prefer a real person, a real woman. So I don't have those things, but I think that's what it's called. But it's like, these guys could literally replace them with a fleshlight or a blow-up doll, and they would not notice. They just need someone to lay there for about 30 seconds. Because I can, guarantee you, it ain't a long party. Just saying. Usually, generally speaking, it is not a fun, long party, so to speak. But, I dated a girl once where she made it, like, really, and I say this in a fun way, but she was mean, and she made it a competition in terms of finishing, because I would tell her, like, if you do that, I'm going to finish a lot faster. Like, you have to stop. And never did. So, yeah. That stuff is different versus a guy just being like, lay there and let me finish. Very different circumstances, but still really funny because like you could literally just have a fleshlight at that point or a blow up doll. I mean, that's it. That's really it. If sex is that one sided to you, because like the clitoris and all these things, like it's not rocket science, motherfucker. I don't like it's like, what are you doing? Anyway, where were we? That's different. Spider Sniper, maybe he was in the closet. That sucks, not in a fun way. Fleshlight. Oh, okay, thank you. Sniper says, as Dexter said, if it's not good for either of us, then it's not good for both of us. You're on a Dexter kick. You're on a Dexter kick. Have you been watching Resurrection? I like Original Sin personally. I liked Original Sin more. Original Sin reminded me of being a young adult, which is a weird thing to say. And I realized that after saying it, I can explain myself. Maybe I can't explain myself. I promise, though, it is not anything weird. But Dexter Original Sin just reminded me of being a young adult in a really weird, disconnected kind of way. Awkward kind of way. I was talking, I don't know if you guys saw, but I'm trying to decide on cosplay for Okarun. And the reason I'm going as Okarun is there is a convention coming up, and my friend, she's like, no, you have to go as Okarun. That's you. Because we binged the show, and again, Dawn to Dawn. And I was like, no, seriously, like, I mean, I can. I mean, that's fine. But I'm obligated to go as Okarun. So Miguel's birthday is in 2.5 weeks. Sniper started watching the original show a few days ago. Oh, nice, dude. Watch Original Sin. Tell me what you think. Greg, don't get your balls taken. Hey, you know the reference. I'm gonna. I will do my best. I will do my best. I don't think anybody's after my balls. Don't know who that is. Well, fuck you, Miguel. But yeah, no. Watch the original show by all means. But seriously, watch Original Sin as soon as possible. Oh man, I love it. I love it. And it's like, I don't know anybody that's watched it. And it's weird because like it did good numbers. Like it was a really popular show when like on stream. Excuse me. It did really good numbers. So it's like, why the fuck isn't people watching it? But anyway, yeah, Original Sin is really good. So let's see. We did Nintendo. I mean, I can hang out for a little bit longer. Yeah, I know you'll watch it after. I figured, but watch Dexter and then go straight into Original Sin. Just fucking do it. Just do it. Anyway, didn't Original Sin get saved? I heard enough people campaign for it. Did it? Because I heard it didn't. I heard it got renewed, and then Paramount were cunts. This is why nothing will ever be monetized. See, I'm too honest, and I will say literally anything that comes to my mind. So I will not ever have partnerships ever again, which I'm cool with. But YouTube is just terrified to be like, we cannot I mean, like, you cannot get monetized. Okay, I need to be more specific because I searched up Original Sin. It came with some religious shit. Too late. I'm already quoting you. Oh no. Fans have started a petition, but it has not changed the minds at Paramount. So odds are the only way that Original Sin will get picked up is if another streaming service says, hey, if we can have Original Sin, we'll foot the bill. Didn't Dexter inspire the take on Cletus for the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game? I don't know, man. You're getting into shit that I don't pay attention to. Yay. Yeah, I don't fucking know. What was that, 2014? I don't fucking know, man. Anyway, Spider Sniper says, don't quote me on that. You're literally in a live stream where I took and quoted Radio Doc, and I made the first half of this live stream was literally going after somebody because I quoted them. You do understand how ironic that is. That's irony, right? I think it is. Sometimes I can be smart. Anyway, it is kind of funny that you said don't quote me, and this stream is literally based on me quoting somebody in the Discord and being like, hey, hey, White Dan. Anyway, have you played it? No, I didn't play Amazing Spider-Man 2. Dude, you guys, I love all of you. I say this with love. All of you are bigger superhero gaming fans than I am. I like superheroes, don't get me wrong, but they are not my favorite games. They aren't anywhere close to my favorite games. They don't even make the top 10. Like, on average, I really am, like, most superhero games just aren't entertaining long term. They're just like, they are a anticlimactic, boring quickie. It's just not worth the time. No, all of you are bigger superhero gaming fans than I am. I like Arkham Asylum. You know, I love Arkham Asylum. It still doesn't make my top 10. If you want to put it into some kind of numerical perspective. And I put it in a numerical perspective because I know most of you are autistic. Which I also say with love. Undiagnosed autism, I still totally, like, I say it with love. Hang on, what the fuck's getting posted? You're using your phone as a mirror to shave your balls, but you see 69 viewers, people sending gifts, and lots of comments are appearing on screen. Top of shit Greg would do, says Sniper. I would do that, but I do it on purpose. Do you guys want a bathtub? Do you guys want a bubble bath live stream? Because I'll do it if you want it. Is that what you guys want? That is. You know what? I'm going to react to that. And I'm going to, that's going to get a pin. That's going to get pinned. Anyway. But yeah. So, it didn't get saved. You know what? I'll sign the petition, though. I will put my money where my mouth is. I don't care about the patent, so no, I didn't fill out the form. I want to be honest, like 100% I want to be honest about this. Just to wrap back around and be as transparent as possible. You can do the patent and you can argue it and you can file the paper arguing and showing examples. I didn't because I don't give a shit. I really, really don't give a shit. Yeah, that's it. Sniper says, moving on from the bath stream, what games from yesterday's direct are you excited for? Dude, motherfucker, what games am I not excited for? Resident Evil? Fucking ace that trailer. Fire Emblem? Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 bundled? The Super Mario Galaxy movie? Metroid Prime 4 with a light cycle in December? Pokemon Legends ZA? Pokemon Pokia? I don't know the fucking name of the spinoff, but it's like Pokika? I don't fucking know, but it looked fun. Age of Imprisonment, Legend of Zelda, literally a major exclusive every month for the rest of the year. Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC that launched the same day as the Direct. Dude, what is there not to like? Like, and that's not even, and yeah, there was a lot of smaller titles and things like that, which is totally cool. The Yoshi game and the mystery book, holy shit, Pokopia, I don't fucking know. You're poking something. That's what she said. Anyway, I know it all looked fun, but like, dude, like seriously, there is a major exclusive release every month. Nobody else has that. Nobody. Then Super Mario Wonder is also getting DLC and a Nintendo Switch 2 upgrade. Like, excuse me. Fuck, man. Like, yeah, I fucking loved it. I have no, as evidenced by my stack of Switch games, I have no shortage of love for the Switch. I will continue. I love my Switch 2. All these work on my Switch 2. And there are Switch 2 games here, the top ones. But, dude, like, yeah. Final Fantasy 7. Now, again, I have that on PC. But still, for people who want to play it on the go, awesome. And I might get it just to play it on the go, because I don't have Steam Deck or any of that shit. But it's like, dude, just like, fuck me, man. That list is massive. And nobody else can say they have an exclusive every month. And, you know, the variety of genre, the variety of playability, nobody else can claim any of that. And we are getting a major title every month. Pokemon and Metroid are going to be huge sellers. Potentially the biggest sellers of the year, depending on, obviously, like, Metroid's always been kind of soft. Metroid's not the hugest thing, but if the hype is right and coming out in December, it being Nintendo's big tentpole holiday release, yeah, that could sell. And Pokemon's guaranteed to sell. And hopefully it's really good. I hope Legends ZA is really good. I intend to get it. I liked Pokemon Legends Arceus, Arkiki, Arctis, Arctic, the god Pokemon. I thought that was a nice change of pace. I thought that was different. I'm excited for Legends ZA. That's in October. Like I said, Age of Imprisonment, Legend of Zelda. You're not going to go wrong with Legend of Zelda on me. Then also in October, we're getting the fucking Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Like, dude, it just... These releases, and like, most of them are exclusives. Now, yeah, Resident Evil's coming out on everything. Yeah, I'm getting Resident Evil on PC, but the principle still stands. If I want to play it on the go, I can pick it up. That's cool. Because again, if I want to play it on the go, I'm going to get it on my Switch. I'm getting it on PC, but the principle's still there. And that's even outside of the massive third-party support that everybody goes on and on about, because I see it in the fucking Discord, or I used to. Anyway, but yeah, I used to see it in the Discord, like, people saying, like, well, Nintendo doesn't have third-party. It's like, now they do. So now we got to attack something else, but it's like, they're getting they're getting huge titles day and day release. They're getting like the holy trinity of the recent Resident Evil releases that people all go crazy about. You get your Dami Mommy on the go, on the Switch go, but on the go nonetheless. Yeah, like, it had something for literally everyone. Like, legitimately, whatever you're a fan of, it had a game type for. And there's all of it's exclusive. All of the major releases are exclusive. And they're going to sell. Suck it. That's just it. Suck it. Anyway. Sniper says, I've never played any Metroid games before, but I'm really excited for Metroid Prime. Oh, awesome, man. You'll have to let me know what you think of it. Sniper then says, Pokepia, I think. Miguel says, Pokey, kiki. What the fuck? And then Miguel says, well, Greg, the Nintendo Chill's coming out. Nintendo Chill. I don't know what the fuck that means, man. Sniper says, also, it's funny, Metroid Prime 4 was announced when I was in middle school. I remember me and my friends talking about it in 8th grade, and now yesterday, me and him, 19 years old, talking about getting it. Yeah, I think when Metroid Prime 4 was announced, I only had one kid. If I'm right about the year Metroid Prime 4 was actually announced, if I'm right, I only had one child. That I know of. I'm kidding. I only had one child when Metroid Prime 4 was announced. So, I think mine's a bigger difference, motherfucker. I created life in that time. What did you do? You survived a school. You didn't get shot. Okay, that might be dark. That might be some dark humor. That's probably going to get this stream banned. Anyway, my point still stands. You just survived school. I created life. We know what the bigger deal was. Just saying. And Miguel says Scooby-Doo is going to have a collab with Fortnite. Yeah, but we knew about that. That's old news. That's like fucking old news. That's not even worth talking about. It's not even worth talking about. We know it. Shaggy and all that stuff. Okay. Sniper says, my high school actually did go into lockdown because of potential... Oh my god! my god, I've been trying not to cough for this stream because I have a cough from my. I still have that cough from my overdose, which out of context sounds really bad, but I assume the only people watching know what I'm talking about. Um, wow, wow. Well, your name is Sniper. Um, you survived. I have no. I don't got anything. I don't have anything for that because the jokes that I could make I feel like are too dark. So I'm not gonna touch it. That's what she said. Uh, Miguel, did we? And I forgot about it. It's just your autism. Miguel says, "Great sniper, you killed Greg," and Sniper said it wasn't me. Um, I figured you weren't the crazy guy threatening to shoot up a school. I would hope not. I would really hope not. Generally speaking, the audience, because I look at my audience retention. I like statistics just because of working in marketing. When your job is marketing as a hobby, you can't help it. You're just curious. Um, so on average, my viewership is, and this has altered a little bit, probably because you guys are, growing up. Because I know some of you watched me when you were minors, but my general viewership statistics, like just flat, just the flat truth. Um, Young men between, and I don't know, I guess this is more about my sense of humor. Young men between the ages of 14 and 21 was my number one. That was my number one in terms of viewership bracket. My second were women 18 to 26, which I always thought was interesting. I always thought that was really interesting. Uh, but there you go. Sniper was locked in a small room for 7 hours. I needed to pee very badly. It was an interesting day. That's one way to describe it. There weren't school lockdown. I don't know. I didn't. That the era has changed. I'm 36. The era has changed dramatically. Um, I know my daughter's school. They do regular drills to prepare. There has not been an actual shooting, but they do drills and things like that. Uh, and then last week, uh, a white male student, threatened the school on social media, and his social media posts were reported. And police came to the school the very next day, and he's being charged for threatening remarks on social media, but no active shootings or anything like that, thankfully. But yeah, world's really fucking different. Sniper says my friend yesterday was so disappointed with Danganronpa. Danganronpa. I love the game, but don't fucking get me to say it right. It's like that Pokopia. He messaged me saying you're fucking kidding me. What was wrong with it? Man, that laugh got the cough back. I don't know. Like, am I missing something? Like, what's wrong with the Danganronpa remake, re-release, whatever the fuck? I'll wait because like I can search it up, I guess, but I feel like internet's gonna have so many different opinions. I won't know the exact one that your friend was talking about. But like, you're fucking kidding me. I don't know. Glad Miguel says glad that ain't common around here. That's because you don't have a lot of young angry white boys. Incel culture, like, is more prevalent in America, especially because of right wing extremism. And again, I mean, like, they dislike women here, but they dislike women here, I guess, sort of close reasons to like the Muslims and stuff. I don't know. A lot of religions hate women. It's just the truth. A lot of religions hate women, but in America, we really, like, in America, they really hate their women. Um, Sniper says it's because we just find the whole game itself funny and the stuff surrounding it to be hilarious. He meant it as a, oh, you're fucking kidding me. Okay, because I was like, I mean, like, I know Danganronpa, I've played it, and it seems like it's going to be a good release, but okay, I get it, yeah. But it does, the fandom around it, like, I love the Danganronpa fandom, just like, again, Persona 2 as well. Well, Persona 3. I said Persona 2, Too, not the number 2. Don't get me on that shit, motherfuckers. But anyway, I I'm more excited for Persona because I'm a bigger Persona fan than I am of Danganronpa. Uh, I don't know. Persona's just that's my thing, and I cosplay as Joker from Persona 5. That's one of my favorite cosplays. Uh, but I still like Danganronpa. I just can't like quickly recall it like I can Persona because I haven't played it that much and it's not that ingrained in me. Miguel says a lot of religions hate what's good. Very true. Um, yeah, they love demonizing women and sex, and it's just like those are like the two best things ever. Like ever, really. Um, I have a kind of a dating thing that I go by, especially when I talk to the guys and they're like, "Oh, I'm dating too," and all this kind of bullshit. And for me, there's a simple way. If you were straight, I guess this could apply if you're gay too. But in terms of like, this is just it. You treat a woman like a person, a princess, a goddess, and then a person again. That's it. That's the cycle. That's it. Because obviously, if you're gay, that doesn't matter to you. But if you're straight or lesbian, that is the cycle of treating a woman, um, in my opinion. And it's something that I live by, and it's worked out pretty well so far. But yeah, like if you go in thinking women are beneath you, you're not gonna get anywhere in life. You're not, like, really, really not. Just you're already out. You're already fucking out. But yeah, no. Which is weird because like religions really do, cultures do, and gods do now. Internet, you don't even have to be tied to a religion anymore. Like just some of the weird shit I see online, it's like women and sex are like, I mean they just hate it. Like it's just like it's fucking weird. It's like no, I'm not like. I'm sorry, I just don't like no. Mm-mm. I ain't touching that subject. I got no. I think those people are fucking creeps, cunts, should probably be in therapy, and should probably not have any access to online. I got like one sip of water left. Miguel says, so religions around Texas are going to love the new synthetic way to reproduce that's being worked on, which is fucking weird and kind of incelish. Yeah, I mean, I understand kind of what you're saying. I mean, you spelled all of that wrong, and if I wasn't able to interpret, I wouldn't know what the fuck you were talking about, but I am able to interpret and know what the fuck you're talking about. Um, but yeah, I mean, like, again, it isn't technically exclusive to America. There are other countries that hate women just as much, but we really hate women and sex. And it's like, what the fuck? It's like such a backwards world to live in. It is. It's weird to hear or to see online, to see Reddit, to see these kind of things, to see how guys talk. And I'm just like, no. Especially also to see some of these guys where they're, I mean, like he's not a friend. I just know him, but he went through a breakup, and I heard his conversations with his girlfriend. Like I heard how he talked to her. Like I heard how he talked to her. I heard how I mean, like no, did not make time for her, like because she would ask, and again she left and broke up with him. He threw a fit, anger, rage, like all this weird shit, and I'm just like, man, you were an absolute cunt. Like you did not value her opinion at all. And now there's a reason I get told to cosplay as Okaroon. I'm very awkward, very, very nervous around women. Absolutely. Especially pretty girls. Like I mean, like that's that, like if it's a girl I'm interested in, so like objectively I can look and go, oh wow, you're pretty and I like you. This makes me uncomfortable. There is a difference between being uncomfortable and nervous and being a little awkward versus someone who is routinely trying to passively manipulate the other party, ghosting and not responding to texts and things like that. Just hearing and seeing what this guy did, it's like, that ain't me. Like, because he said, man, he tried to make some comment about texting, and I was like, I'm sorry, man, that's not me. Like, I mean, my biggest hurdle in texting is I will stare at a screen and like, I don't know what to say. But like to actively try to manipulate the party, that's a different thing. And I do not encourage that for any of you. Like, whether you're gay or straight, like if you're interested in penises, that's fine. If you're interested, in women, that's fine. But like, don't turn it into something. Don't go in trying to be manipulative. That's weird. I don't get it. Like, if you get nervous and awkward, that's one thing. Own it though. I always own it. I always am honest. I'm like, listen, if somebody asks me, I'll tell the truth. I'm like, no, I spent 4 hours staring at a text that I was like, oh, I'll send it this way. Or no, I'll word it this way. No, I'll word it this way. And it will literally take all day. If I'm not careful, it'll literally take all day. And I mean, like, it could be bad. But, and that's the key difference. If you're actively trying to manipulate someone, that's not right. I don't like that. So, of course, somebody's going to leave you, not date you, whatever the fuck, however you want to phrase it. But, like, of course, you're being manipulative. You're being a cunt. And again, if you're gay, I think this rule applies as well. Like, don't be a cunt. I think just in life overall, if you're not a cunt, just be nice, just be honest, own it, own whatever kind of person you are. That's it. That's how you just need to go through life. You just need to own what kind of person you are. Be straightforward, be honest. If you like someone, tell them. Really, I mean, nothing bad can come of it. You still got your life. It'll be awkward, but it's like, yeah, what are you going to do? That's life. Anyway, I don't edit my text. I stare at screens. That's my thing. I will stare at screens. And then I'll tell them if they ask, like, because I've dated a couple of girls where it's like, who will like text, and we'll get into like a quick texting thing where it's like, oh, I can text back because it's chill or whatever. Because I always try to text back, because I have time. My job's easy. I got time. I mean, even look, I mean, I got fucking time. Like, I do not have a hard life. I don't. So I try to, but sometimes it's screen staring. It's just like the blankness, the blank page. It's like being a writer. The blank page is the most frightening thing, because it's like, should I say hello there? Should I say hey, hi? Should I make a stupid joke? You just go on and on. But to hear guys that actually try to manipulate, I don't like that. So yeah, it depends. Sniper missed most of this conversation. That's fine. I'm just rambling. I have nothing more to talk about, really. I could literally end the stream. I'm pretty much done. I wanted to do the Nintendo thing mostly just to be an asshole. I don't think Sniper is autistic. That's only you, Miguel. Sniper's playing Fortnite. He's allowed to zone out. But yeah, I'm pretty much like I've hit it. Like, I've hit everything I wanted to do. Our lack of sleep. I slept good, but I didn't sleep till late because I didn't get home till late. I think like that's it. We're pretty much caught up. I'm pretty much done. That's what she said. That's what you want to hear. I mean, you want her to be excited when she says it. You want her to be excited when she says it. But yeah. Yeah, like I said, I had one goal today, and that was to do the Nintendo thing. I did it. I'm good. That's it. Oh, Teresa Parker. One of the worst ideas Marvel's ever had. And that picture with the weird nipples, I know they're not her nipples, but the way it's positioned looks like fucking nipples. It's weird. Beyond the fact that you were setting on Wikipedia just like, okay, I'm fucking ready. I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him on Teresa. He's going to ask about Teresa, and then I can share my knowledge. So I'm just going to fucking... I know you saw the short, so I know you liked my little finger play. Ah, see what I did there? But yeah, Teresa Parker's like the fucking worst thing ever. Like just so fucking dumb, so stupid. It's like Peter's parents still being alive. It's fucking dumb. It's stupid. It doesn't do anything narratively. It makes a mess of things. It makes it needlessly convoluted. It is so fucking dumb, stupid, bullshit. Fuck that shit. Fuck cunt. And the picture with the pepperoni nipples is fucking weird because I can't unsee that because she looks topless and then the effect are perfectly placed on her breasts where they look like nipples and it's just like, what the fuck am I looking at? What is this? This is weird. Fuck the 90s. I don't know when she was made. I don't know when she was even fucking created. My point still stands. So fucking dumb. Like Teresa Parker is fucking terrible. Fuck. Why is Peter always... Why do they complicate him all the time? Mystical Green Beanie is a fucking great name. And they just said Peter. Like penis. Just that's it. Mystical Green Beanie just came in and just said Peter. I love it. I love you, Mystical Green Beanie. I don't know who the fuck you are, but I love it. And I love you. Sniper is laughing. Miguel is saying some stupid shit because he's... I don't know, honestly. Sniper says... I'm not even going to read what Miguel says at this point. It's just not worth it. It's not. Because Miguel's having his own conversation. He's not... that's just it. Miguel's always having his own conversation because he can't, like, engage. He's scared to commit to me. And so he doesn't want to have a real conversation. Sniper says it was an interesting idea that Marvel abandoned 4 years ago. The idea of Peter's parents secretly having a child is just so much, but Peter and her interactions were nice and cool. Really? I have not read comics in a long time. I don't know what the fuck we're talking about with this Teresa shit. I'm sorry. She was created 11 years ago? So 2014? Nah, man. Fuck. No. Sorry. I have not read Spider-Man like that regularly. Like, I know. I'm so sorry. Mystical Green Beanie says, I love you too. Oh, that's going to get pinned. That's going to be the pin of this live stream. This live stream started out really aggressive. For a very aggressive reason. Why won't it let me fucking pin I love you too? Fuck this shit, YouTube. Fuck you, you cunt. There we go. It let me pin it, so I was outraged for nothing. Miguel is saying some shit. I don't know. Mystical Green Beanie says, Peter's sister truther, Peter parents truther. Okay. I understand the principle of that. And Mystical Green Beanie... I know I pinned it, Sniper. I just fucking said I did, motherfucker. Shut the fuck up. Get off my fucking back, man. You are just like White Dan. You're almost like Black Dan. You need to fucking watch it. Because I will put you in a fucking... I will put you in a role called Black Dan. I swear to God. Anyway. Mystical Green Beanie says Teresa's good in that Darsky. I'm going to say he's pronounced Darsky and you don't say the Z. So I'm going with Darsky. If that's wrong, I don't give a fuck. The Darsky Spider-Man run, so I didn't read that, but I will take it into consideration of something to read when I go poop. If I can find it online for free. I'm sorry, I'm not going to go buy these. I'm not. But I will read it for free online, which sounds really mean, but it's like, it's a pirate life for me, man. You say the Z, so it's Zadarsky? I can live with that. Mystical Green Beanie says, you pinned me. Ha ha ha. I like them. I could do so much with that. You pinned me. Yeah. I like Mystical Green. I like you, man. I'm gonna assume you're a guy. Sniper has facial reactions as he realizes he is Black Dan. Miguel says Mexican Dan. No, Sniper's not Mexican. Are you? Wait, is Sniper Mexican? Sniper says Zdarsky is goated, one of the best Daredevil riders. He's goated with everything. Lamau. Why are you laughing when you say that? Am I missing something? Because that should, if he's goated with everything, why are you laughing with it? Mystical Green Beanie says, you say the Z, he's Canadian. Oh no. No, not the cough. Fuck me. My overdose cough. You can't do that to me. Anyway, if I could pin that as well, Mystical, I would. But I'm going to keep the I love you too. The Canadian thing is really funny. I appreciate that. Miguel says, I prefer to refer to him by his first name, which is Chip. Sniper's Puerto Rican? You're here illegally? Only Americans will get that joke. But anyway. So we have White Dan, Black Dan, and Miguel's still going. That autism, I tell you what, Miguel is on. Miguel wants there to be a Dan in every race. Like, so he's off on his own posting. We're just gonna ignore it. We're just gonna ignore Miguel right now. Mystical, who are you in the? Again, my assumption is always that I don't have. If anybody watches this, they're from the fucking Discord. So, Mystical Green Beanie, who are you in the Discord? Because nobody, like, who the fuck are you in the Discord? Fly Guy? You're not Ed. Because Ed, I know Ed. Are you Hi-home? Hi-home? Hi-ho. You're not Radio Doc. Puerto Ricans are like the only legal Hispanics. We're U.S. territory. I know. I was just being fun, man. Because didn't you see the Texas representative who said Puerto Ricans were here illegally? You saw that, right? You're from Texas. I figured you would have seen that and gotten the joke. Like our representatives are idiots. They literally said Puerto Ricans were here illegally. Like, somebody that we elected, not we. I didn't vote for him, and you're Puerto Rican, so I doubt you did too. Well, I don't know. Are Puerto Ricans usually, do they usually run? I'm not on the Discord yet. Oh, no shit. Why are you watching us? This is like the worst way to spend your time. But hey, you know what, man? I love you, so I'll post the invite. I don't recommend it, though. I say that like I'm so terrible at running a fucking YouTube channel. I'm like, I don't get viewership outside of, like, I just don't, like. But there's the Discord link. I encourage you to join if you want to be flirted with awkwardly. Like, I'm game to continue pin, the whole pin thing. Anyway, Sniper says, I did not see that. Lamau. I saw a comedian making fun of Puerto Ricans because we don't count since we're legal. Oh, okay. I'll try to find it and post it in the Discord of one of the I'm pretty sure he was from Texas, if I'm wrong, but there is a video. I saw it randomly on Instagram of a state representative that I'm pretty sure is from Texas talking about Puerto Ricans being here illegally, and I just was like, oh no shit. Must like Mystical Green Beanie. I'm organizing my comics. Oh, I did that the other day, motherfucker. I can't take you through my house because you're attached to a webcam. I used to watch your old streams, lol. The algorithm got you on my feed. Okay, that makes sense. You used to watch my old streams. That makes way more sense because I'm like, there is no way YouTube is recommend. There's no way you're finding this if you don't have it already connected with me somehow. It doesn't fucking happen. Just being real here. But there it is. Like, if you want to join the Discord, there it is. We welcome you into the cult lovingly. Ignore Miguel. Seriously, it's better. I tell everybody this. If you do join, ignore Miguel. We're still trying to work on his medication. We're still trying to figure it out. And again, if you need to know anything about Spider-Man, Spider Sniper is your guy. He literally, his front page on his phone is the Spider-Man Wikipedia. Like, he always has it up. So if you have a question about Spider-Man, Sniper's your guy. I highly recommend you feel free to tag him day or night with your Spider-Man questions, because he lives on that Wikipedia page. Sniper says, I only came to the Discord and knew Greg through Corbin. That is true. Yeah. I remember when Corbin was like, hey, can I invite people to the Discord? And I'm like, what do you mean? And I said, well, I have a friend. And I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure you want your friends to see what you watch and interact with? Because, like, this is weird. Like, this is really fucking weird. Are you sure? And he was like, lol, yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah, sure. You can, I mean, absolutely. And then Sniper sent me a really nice message like, oh man, this is love at first sight. And so, yeah. I won't go into what else Sniper has sent me, but he knows all about the balls, and I'll leave it at that. Mystical Green Beanie says Puerto Ricans will count when y'all stop pronouncing R's like L's. JK, I speak Dominican Spanish. We're no better. Oh, right on. Hola. Hola, Diablo Abuela. Mi casa, su Diablo casa. That's my Spanish. Anyway. Fuck. Yeah. Again, I don't got any major topics anymore. Like, that's fucking it. Greg, the type of guy to say, ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está la... Hold on. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Oh, fuck this overdose cough. Again, also, I digress. Overdose cough, fucking great band name. I mean, I already have my band, but like, if that band doesn't... Oh, hey, MG Beanie. Let me give you a roll. Fuck me. How do I give rolls? Fuck. Fuck, wrong button. Shit. There it is, rolls. You're gonna be just a standard simp. You are not... MG Beanie is not an ignorant slut. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? You also have a devil grandma and mystical... Press 1 for Inglacia. Spider Sniper says, what did you think of the Doom design? I'm cool with it. It's classic. All the people who were like, it's gonna be Iron Man but silver. To them, I have that. To them, I have this. Because it is not. It is not Iron Man in silver. Oh, Talon is currently at the theater to watch the Demon Slayer movie with a couple of friends. Nice. Awesome, Talon. Speaking of the Demon Slayer movie, it is the biggest anime film in America. Like, it broke records. I did though. I love the Doom design. Like it looks like fucking Doctor Doom, and for everybody going, does not gonna look like it's not gonna look like Doctor Doom. I can't believe they're doing this. Which again, outrage. The outrage machine fucking annoys me. I'm so tired of it. But like, fuck, man, it looks good. Now it's concept art, so there's probably gonna be some differences because it's concept art from Doomsday, but it is concept art of Doctor Doom from Doomsday. So it's as close as we're fucking getting until we see a trailer. And like, holy shit, they nailed it. They nailed the tunic. They nailed the skirt. They nailed the belt. They got the. I mean, they nailed the mask, which is the big deal. The mask was the biggest thing for me. Like, they got to get the mask right. And they did. I'm happy. I'm feeling it in my throat now because of the laughing. Mystical Green Beanie says, fuck, wrong button. That's what she said. Sniper says, I think the green is too muted. Oh my God, Sniper, with you fucking. Just fucking nitpicking. Fucking just all the time. It's like. I can only imagine how your wife feels. You come in to sit down for dinner and you're just like, there's too much salt. There's too much salt, babe. Because I feel like you're one of the guys who, if you date a girl, you're going to call her babe. And it's like, there's too much salt, babe. No. No, this is too much. Your girl comes out in she got a brand new dress. She wants to wear it out on a date. She comes out. She says, Sniper, what do you think of my dress? That blue's too muted, babe. No. It's too muted, babe. Get some bleach, babe. I don't know why that made me laugh. I don't know why, but it did. Anyway. Other than the muted green, it's good. Hate the padding on the cloak. What the fuck are you talking about? It's art. It's not even real. Like, only thing I don't vibe with. Sniper says, you feel it in your throat. Ayo. And then Sniper says, foul. And then Miguel says, you can't be honest nowadays. You really, I mean, you can be honest. You can be honest. You just have to accept the nonsense that comes out of my mouth in response. Which, again, is all done with love. All of it's done with love. Unless you're Dan. If you're Dan, I don't think he felt the love. I mean, he felt it from Baldoni. He definitely felt it from Baldoni, but he did not feel the love from me. But, what are you going to do? You know, what are you going to do? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know that there is a really clear picture of the suit somewhere, like a really high def one. Oh, holy shit. We also got a new synopsis. I didn't know about this. Hold on, now I'm trying to catch up. Doctor Doom has officially arrived in the MCU. This villain, a master of cutting-edge science and powerful magic, will unleash a cascading crisis across the entire multiverse. I don't know. I think it was good. I think it was really fucking good. I mean, that's Doctor Doom. I don't give a shit. If this concept art is translated to the movie, and this is what he looks like when he steps out on screen, the inner child in me is going to be squealing like a motherfucker. Like, that's Doctor Doom. Would Doom be a metal? Wait, not metal. For some reason I saw MGS instead of MSG, so I was like Metal Gear Solid Truther or an Evangelion simp. He would be an Evangelion simp. 100%. I think deep down, I mean, I know me, I'm an Evangelion simp. Let's see. James Gunn addresses the Batman sticker on the trash can saying it's fake. Well, saying the trash can is real, but somebody else put that on there, which again, I already had said that and gone over that days ago. Um, Gretchen, we're still on the topic about Gretchen Felker Martin, the trans author who was fired by DC Comics based on her statements. Um, doesn't surprise me. She's standing by them, though. More power to you. That's, you do whatever you're going to do. Um, let's see. The Mystery DCU Project. Ah, he's not here. That would be a good topic to have if Derpy was here, but Derpy's not here because him and Luke are moving in together. So they're busy today. Okay, where was I? Not like a fucking test. Oh yeah, Miguel's going on about finally a real Doctor Doom. I absolutely agree with that. Sniper says I do need to watch Rebuild of Ava. Uh, yeah, I mean, I recommend like consuming like all of Ava just out of respect for it, but re, you know, well, the most important thing was watching the series and then watching the end of Evangelion, the movie called that, and then whether or not you want to watch the 4 films that rebooted it, that's up to you. I still think the original show is superior. Um, I like I can give or take the Netflix dub. I grew up with the original dub, which is really hard to find now. It's almost non-existent because of the Netflix dub. Um, but I think again, if you have the time to experience all of it, like all of that franchise, then I do recommend it. I'm a big Evangelion. I'm an Evangelion simp. I am. It stuck with me as a kid. It really did. Like it hit my targeted young brain. Um, and then we also have the Mystery DCU project from James Gunn. James Gunn has confirmed he is not writing or directing the untitled to television live action series that has not leaked, but he is working closely with the writer and the director. He is still refusing to comment on the show, but that they are getting prepared. Um, they're preparing to shoot. So I mean, we're gonna know about this soon. Whatever the fuck it is, we're gonna know about it soon. Because I mean, there's no way you can film an entire project and us not know about it. Man, if he pulls that off in this day and age, if he films a DCU TV series and it doesn't leak at all, I don't know how the fuck he could pull that off. There's no way, right? Right? There's no way you can pull that off. Anyway, um, let's see. Miguel couldn't finish Eva. Well, that's a shame. I can't relate to that. I'm sorry. Mystical Green Beanie. Eva is great, but it doesn't become Eva until the last 4 or so episodes. And up till then, it's pretty standard mecha until it's not. Yeah, I mean, I think probably I would say like the final 8 episodes are where it really becomes the Eva that everyone like really knows. Like those 8 episodes at the end, like that's the Eva. It is sprinkled throughout. Like don't get me wrong, those the first the first handful of episodes, there's a lot there, but it's minute, it's detailed. It plays with some concepts, but it's that run to the finale where they really embrace like this is more than what you thought it was. This is going to be more than what you thought it was, and it's just impactful. I don't know how else to say it. Anything I say will be just flat out simping, and will just be a lot of praise. I just I can't. I have nothing bad to say about Eva. I don't. I really don't. I have nothing bad to say about it. Which makes me biased, I'm sure, but I can't help it. Gonna try. And Miguel says he's gonna try and get back into it. Then, like I said, I do highly recommend it. Um, I know that we are talking about doing a watch party um, in the Discord for a show. I wasn't planning on it being Ava. Uh, but if enough people haven't watched Eva, I'm totally happy to watch it again. I love it, and again, it fits the rules because it's like it's 26 episodes. It's if you only watch the original and then you watch End of Evangelion, it's pretty much like it's compact, so it's not watching hundreds of episodes of something. Um, Mystical Creepini says Freud enters the chat with Chad Thundercock. Flirtmaster shows up. And Sniper says, I mean, I just finished Eva. I know you did. I know you did. That's why it wasn't on the list. But it can be on the list for maybe later. Because I know most of the guys have not watched Eva. Asuka's handler. Yeah. Sniper says, I really liked it. I'm happy you did, man. I love it. I love it. I have nothing to do but to sing praise. And again, that's just it. Like, I don't got anything bad to say, so I'm not going to make up shit. Just no desire on YouTube to be a contrarian just to be a contrarian to get people riled up. I love it. I have nothing bad to say about it. I really don't. I do think it's important that I think if you watch Eva, you have to watch the end of Evangelion. You have to. But I don't know, but that's not really me being negative. I just think it's important that you watch it, because I think you have to watch the end of Eva to get the full experience. And I stand by that. I stand by that 100%. Now, whether or not you take in the rebooted films and stuff, that's up to you. But, like, there's so much to that. I mean, like, the show it's dark, it's weird, it's esoteric. Obviously, there's a religious symbolism. But there's a lot to it, and it's an absolute treat. It's an absolute treat. I really do love it. It left. We did discuss the canonicity of it. Did I say that right? Canonicity of it? Shit, man. I never had to say that word out loud. We did, and again, as far as Anno is concerned, it is 100%. End of Eva is the canon ending. That's his ending. That's the ending. That's Anno's ending, which to me, that's all that matters in the end. If that's what he says, and that's what we do. But yeah, I got nothing bad to say. It's like when people try to get me. It's like when people argue like with Nintendo. Like if there's a Nintendo Direct, it's like people know I'm excited for it, and then they try to argue Nintendo with me, and I'm like, man, I like Nintendo. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. I like it. I love Zelda. Nintendo has not made a single bad game. Like they all die? I mean, Miguel, there's more to the story than that. And I don't think it's worth spoiling. I'm not going to answer any of those. Miguel. Miguel does say, why can't you just be a good grifter? I was never good at being a grifter. I say all of that, but in terms of complete transparency and complete honesty, when I had my big channel and when my channel was making money and I actually had sponsors, I would, because I was asked, lighten up on reviews, but I never did. I never made content out of hate, but I would be nicer because I was asked. I think you could probably guess the company, but I can't say it because that is something I'm NDA'd for until death. But you could probably guess the company that was like, "Hey, can you lighten up on the criticisms? Can you lighten up on the review?" And I was like, "What's the check?" Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. But again, just honesty. But I never did. I never tried to be an angry grifter. I never was like, oh my God, fuck MCU. Look at Brie Larson. She has titties. What the fuck is happening with Marvel with these titties? I never did that, but I did lighten up reviews. I did. So, when they're waving that paycheck, man, to each their own. If you wouldn't have done that, I respect you. I don't give a fuck. I was like, yeah, I can be nicer. I can lighten it up. I don't care. I did not give a fuck. Because I was like, it's just a review, and I don't think people... And to be honest, I've tried to, justify it now. To be honest, though, I don't feel like everybody, I don't feel like people watched my channel for reviews back in the day. I don't think people, gave a shit. So I was like, sure, I will be nicer about... And again... Figure it out who it was, but if you've been around, you probably can. But I will leave that to you. Sniper says, I know some people say the end of Eva is the actual events when episodes 25 and 26 are what takes place in Shinji's head. I agree with that. I think both can be canon. for different reasons. And what you described is exactly my headcanon of it. I don't know what Anno's thoughts are on that. I'm saying on Anno like I fucking know the guy. The creator of Evangelion, I don't know what his perspective is in terms of like it all being canon. All I know is the interview that he did where he said like End of Eva is, that's it. That's what he wanted to make. Miguel says, I don't think I would have just because of how I am with money. Oh, God, here we go. Here, moral high ground, motherfucker. Yeah, that's great. That's great that you don't need money. I don't know what world you live in where you don't need money. I have car payments and insurance and house and kids and bills. And I also want to actually live a life. So I don't know what world you live in, Mr. Morals, Mr. Grandstanding motherfucker. But, you know, whatever. But yes, I did take money to make nicer reviews. I'm so happy you wouldn't. I'm so happy you're such a good person. I'm just giving you a hard time, man. I don't give a fuck. I can't. Just that I don't see money that way. Then you've never. I'm sorry. I don't see how you don't see money that way. Unless, like, you're that autistic and you're just, like, you don't understand, like, you need money to survive. It's just discardable paper to me, bro. It is not, because we have to eat and live. Now, I understand you're a kid, but it's like, motherfucker, no. Even whatever you would do in terms of a review is a different topic from just, it's just discardable paper. It is not discardable paper, motherfucker. There is no fucking high ground. It is money. You're homeless otherwise. You're destitute otherwise. Like, I don't like money, but you have to have it. Or you're destitute. Like, just saying. Let's see. Mystical Green Beanie says, everything is canon. Either Grant Morrison or Jeff Johns, select your fighter. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, yeah. You know what surprises me is, like, how much of an asshole Jeff Johns is. I met him once. And I'm not gonna lie. Like Jeff Johns, when I met him, I didn't immediately get asshole, but I was like, he seems kind of jerky, but not full asshole. Now again, only met him once. Wow, Jeff Johns is a total asshole. I don't know about Grant Morrison. I don't know if they are. I've heard some stories. I know Alan Moore, dude, and this is it. Like I like Alan Moore. Alan Moore. I have never, like, I went to an Alan Moore panel and he was asked about Grant Morrison. I thought I cursed. Like, I really thought I cursed. I thought I could curse people out. I thought I was aggressive. Alan Moore went and tore into Grant Morrison. Alan Moore fucking despises Grant Morrison. And I'm just like, Grant, you clearly did something. So are you an asshole? Because I'm starting to think you are. Because, like, Grant Morrison, you had to do something for Alan Moore to be that fucking, to despise you that much. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know what went on between them. But I think Grant Morrison and Jeff Johns are both assholes in different ways. Sniper says, I need money so I can get the car I want. Exactly. You need money. You either need it for cars, drugs, woman. You need it for something. And beyond just surviving, which of course you have to have money to survive, and then you have to have more money if you want to do things. That's fucking life. Unless you literally have nothing going on in life and you somehow don't need to eat. Anyway, though, yeah, Alan Moore hates Grant Morrison, which makes me feel like, okay, something went on. Like, he called him Grant Morrison, like, Alan Moore. I'm paraphrasing a little bit because, again, all this is pulling from memory, but Alan Moore was like, fucking stalker, was obsessed with me, tried to steal my work. Like, he went on some things, but it was like, okay, I get all that, but like, shit, man, something. I feel like Moore had to go on beyond the couple of things he mentioned, because like he really went off on Grant Morrison. Mystical Green Beatty says Alan Moore is like a sweet old grandpa. Just don't ask him certain things. That is true. Don't ever ask him about DC. Don't ask him about Marvel. Don't ask him about his movie adaptations. And don't ask him about Grant Morrison unless you want the gossip. Because I think if you really sat down with Alan Moore and you had a chance, I think he would gossip about Grant Morrison. And I would love to know what happened. Because he hates him. He hates them. I know Grant uses they, them. Alan Moore hates Grant Morrison. And that's just fascinating to me. And apparently, like, he has really good reason. So, Jeff Johns is an asshole, and I think Grant Morrison is too, but I don't know the full details. I know the full details about Jeff now. Now I know. And it's like, oh man, Jeff, you really were an asshole. I knew Dan DiDio was a cunt. I always knew Dan DiDio was a cunt. I knew Dan DiDio was a cunt first time I met him. I knew he was a cunt with the gossiping at the bar after. Dan DiDio is a cunt. Always been a cunt. He was a cunt at Mainframe. He was a cunt at DC. He is a cunt. But I knew that. I knew that because everybody said it. Everybody who ever worked around him, near him, who ever met him said that, well, they didn't, I'm the one who calls him a cunt, but they didn't like him. They never had anything nice to say about him. For me, I sum it up very quickly. He's a cunt. This isn't monetized. I can say whatever I want. But it's like, to hear it about Jeff Johns, fuck, man. Jeff Johns, also a cunt. And I'm just like, I anticipated you being an asshole, but like a cunt? Damn. Sniper says, I hate Dan DiDio. Took away my goat Wally for a good year. He did. He took away Wally. He took away the real Wally West, the white one with red hair. He took away our redheaded love child. But he did more to that because he also ruined Transformers. Miguel says, why is Jeff an asshole? He manipulated Greg Rucka. Yeah, one of the other Gregs. Gregs are always awesome. But yeah, so he manipulated writers at DC. He pitted them against each other. He was rude. He was aggressive. Like, there's tons of stories. I'm just trying to give you the cliff notes. Mystical Green Beatty says, Grant Morrison isn't bad. Everyone I know says they're nice. That's interesting. Again, which is fine. I'm not saying, I feel like, and maybe I shouldn't do this, but I do it. But I like Alan Moore, okay? So I'm sure I have a bias. I love Alan Moore. I love the work he's done. I really do. As a creator, I really appreciate all of his work. So if he goes after someone, yeah, I pay attention. I'm not going to lie. I pay attention because I'm just like, whoa, man. Because I'm not kidding. Alan Moore tore into Grant. Like, all it took was one question and ripped into him. And I'm just like, so what the fuck? Anyway, Miguel's going off on his, I don't know what he's doing. I know that's not real. I know that's not a real thing. Miguel says that sucks about Jeff Johns. It does suck. Don't get me wrong. It does suck. It absolutely does. But, that's just it. That's just it. That's the gossip and the stories. Like, I mean, obviously 100% we don't know everything that went down between Jeff Johns and Rucka and the other writers, but I know nobody has nice things to say about Jeff Johns. So, I don't know. Nobody has nice things to say about Jim Lee either. But, take it or leave it. All of this is take it or leave it. This is all gossip. We're just gossiping at this point. Spider Sniper says, Dan DiDio was on Transformers. Yes, he was. Dan DiDio worked at Mainframe during the end of Beast Wars. It is because of Dan DiDio we did not get a season 4 of Beast Wars. Dan DiDio felt that Beast Wars was becoming too canon and continuity heavy. So when they started Beast Machines, Dan DiDio, as the president of Mainframe, Dan DiDio said, so the writers came in, they were going to make Beast Machines more of a direct sequel to Beast Wars, and Dan DiDio said, do not watch anything previously about Transformers. He said, do not have Transformers playing in this studio at all. Do not have Beast Wars playing. Go off and make something that is not continuity heavy. And these are principles he carried over into DC too. He did the same thing. He fucked up DC the same way. Look at the New 52. That was Dan DiDio. And he said, I'm tired of canon. He says this is weighing it down. He said, do not tie into Beast Wars. And then Hasbro, when they started getting the scripts, Hasbro was like, can we tie into Beast Wars? Because it's a sequel? But yeah, so there's all kinds of shit. Oh, dude, I got all kinds of shit on Dan DiDio. Because, I mean, you get people hanging out at a bar and, like, they all start gossiping. I love it. And that was some of the most fun I had working, because I don't drink. So it's like these people will drink and just will talk and just talk and talk and talk. And I'm just like, really? I am going to remember all of this. You're probably not. Mystical Green Beanie says, Alan Moore feels like Grant Morrison copied his swag and he's held that crush for like half a century. There's probably truth to that too. Miguel says, Flashpoint was my intro to DC and comics when I was 13, 14. Oh, yeah. Sniper says, I know Dan DiDio was mostly responsible for the New 52 because he hated the idea of legacy, so a lot of characters felt disconnected from their related characters like Tim Drake from Bruce. Yeah, all that's true. Miguel says, in my first real comic I bought was the OG Flash Rebirth. Yeah, I remember all that. I do. I remember all that, Miguel. Which, again, Jeff Johns. But again, I hear you. I hear all of that. But yeah, circling back, yeah, DiDio is responsible for so much shit. Yeah, and like his partnership, what he did, I mean, like him and Hasbro constantly butted head, like, but it was always Dan DiDio was the problem, and DiDio was the problem at DC too. All you got to do is look at it. Just, I mean, that's all you got to do. Dan DiDio left. Look at it. Now, unfortunately, Mainframe didn't get to continue doing Transformers because of all the bullshit, and I don't even know if Mainframe's around anymore, actually. Mainframe. Huh. Oh, hey. No. They're not. Or they are. They are, and they're not. They've gone through name changes. It's hard to keep track of them. Hold on. Because now I'm curious. Where are they now, though? I don't know. It says that... Okay. Found them. Mainframe is doing Super Kitties on Disney Junior. And they also did Madagascar. So they are still around. Just not stuff I watch. But they are still around. A lot of what they're doing, though, is kid television. Oh, they did the Ratchet and Clank movie. No shit, they did the Ratchet and Clank movie. Good for you, Mainframe. They did Hot Wheels, too. They did a lot of Hot Wheels movies. Talon would love that. They partner with Mattel a lot. They do Barbie and Hot Wheel a lot. Some of this gets lost because they weren't Mainframe for a little bit. They were Rainmaker. So they went from Mainframe Entertainment to Rainmaker Entertainment to Rainmaker Studios. So like everything that they did in the after Beast Machines, they did under a different name. So that's why I thought Mainframe was gone. They rebranded after COVID to Mainframe Studios. That's so interesting. So yeah, they are still around. They're just doing stuff that I don't watch. Huh. Good for them. They have 650 employees in Canada. Right on. Good for them. I'm happy they're still around, even if I don't watch it. Because I love Beast Wars and Beast Machines. Anyway, I'm going to get caught up now. I'm sorry. Miguel said, wasn't he so jealous that 52 was so popular and well-liked that he tried to make an improved 52 of Main Countdown? Yes, that's true. He is unbelievably jealous. Yeah. Mystical Green Beatty says, I don't hate Dan DiDio, but him, Jeff Johns, Mark Waid, Morrison, etc. all have a very make DC great again mentality. They do. They do, and I can't stand any of them. Like, I don't like those guys. Most of the time, I don't even like their stories because I'm like, it's not what I want. And I'm not saying Morrison's a bad writer, and I'm not saying Mark Waid's a bad writer. but they're not writing stuff I care for. Mystical Green Beatty says they just want DC to go back to how it was in the 70s. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I absolutely agree with you. And to me, that's not a good. To me, that is like one of the worst. Like DC wasn't good in the 70s, in my opinion. DC really didn't hit its stride until the 80s. And then I love Rebirth, but Rebirth was because of they fought against Johns and Didio. Miguel is having flashbacks. Mystical Green Beatty says it works for some people, I guess. Lol. Yeah, I don't know who it works for because it's not selling. Like those comics didn't sell. Like it almost. I mean, like that killed DC's momentum. And Miguel says like how some writers want Marvel to go back to the 80s. I understand that more though. Marvel was really good in the 80s. I mean, come on, man. Marvel was really good in the 80s. Don't shit on that. I love 80s Marvel. I want Peter Parker married again and all that shit. Like, come on. Come on. Anyway, that's my hypocrisy. DC needs to find a different angle, but Marvel needs to go back to the 80s. DC needs to go back to the 80s, maybe. Maybe they both. Maybe everything needs to go back to the 80s. 80s were fucking awesome. I don't give a fuck what any of you say. Fucking love the 80s and the 90s. Early 90s, though. Not the late 90s when comics got weird. The early 90s. Those are good times. Those were good times, yo. Remember when I broke into your house and rustled through your panty drawer? Those were good times. Those were good times. Come inside. Please come inside. Anyway. Oh, shit. It has been 2 hours. Okay. We can start wrapping up. Yeah. Okay. Anything? Anything at the end? Anything? Anything dramatic? Plot twist? How are we going to end this fucking stream? I think Marvel and DC need to get back on that positive forward momentum. Let things progress. Like, let Tim Drake grow the fuck up. I agree with that. I am excited about Tim Drake's role in the new Batman comic by Matt Fraction. I like the potential for Tim Drake there, and I'm excited to see where that goes. Okay. How are we doing this? Oh, somebody just joined. It says we have a new viewer. I feel bad. I always feel bad leaving when somebody joins. Anything? We good? We done? Wally's the only character that's allowed to progress so far. Well, Dick Grayson. Dick Grayson always gets to progress. Dick Grayson and Wally West both get to advance in their lives. Nothing dramatic. Sarah, name me like one of your French girls. Oh, I don't. Oh, I mean, I can't sing right now. I can't sing worth shit right now. I'm not a good singer to begin with, but I'm not bad. I'm not terrible. I wouldn't win American Idol. Miguel says he had his third kid last year, and MJ can't even have one. Well, unless you're in an alternate universe. Okay, we are over 2 hours. So last thoughts. Anything? Dick doesn't have a kid or is married, and Wally has both. Well, yeah, but Dick advances in a different way. I don't know if necessarily Dick needs to have kids. I would like to see him get married. I want to see Dick with Barbara. Honestly, I want to see all my favorite characters end up with redheads. Dick needs to get with Barbara. Get Peter and MJ. Wally is technically a redhead, just with a penis. Everybody needs to end up with a redhead and live happily ever after. But Dick needs to be with Barbara. It needs to be finalized. They need to be married. Dick and Barbara need to be together. Done. But again, like I said, give everybody the redhead, the love of their life. I know he's with Barbara right now, but I mean married, man. You're not fucking listening. It's your autism. It's your fucking autism acting up again. That's why you need money. You got to pay for these prescriptions. Okay. Do you prefer Wally with Linda or Artemis? So technically Artemis is only in the cartoons, but I do prefer him with Artemis. And that goes back to, again, my taste in women, which are feisty, moody, and aggressive. And Artemis is all of those things. You could write a book about my taste in women, and you can connect it to many fictional characters and pairings. It's pretty easy to find. Yeah. So I guess that's how we're ending it, so to speak. Okay, yeah, we're good. Thank you guys so much for like we had a 2 hour chat the entire time. There were no major lulls. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for sticking around, for spending a little bit of your Saturday with me. Okay, cool. I am gonna like actively start wrapping it up because I'm hungry, and I have to go cook. I'm really really fucking hungry, and I'm literally gonna turn off this stream and have a coughing fit. I like swear to God, I don't want to do it on stream because it's nasty. I'm going to have a coughing fit because I'm still suffering from my over the lasting effects of my overdose, which now I just want to be vague on because like I got a message asking me, dude, overdose, what's going on? What, I thought you didn't do anything. I'm like, I don't do anything. What had you overdose? I did. I overdose. What are you doing? Now I'm just like really want to keep the joke going and not remind people what I actually overdosed on. This is kind of funny now because I am that immature that like I can't help myself. Like if there is an opportunity to fuck with someone, I have to do it. So now I have to do it. So I'm gonna turn this off, have a coughing fit, and then eat. Record the coughing. I can't laugh. I literally can't fucking laugh. It turns into that. But that's good. I like that. Mystical. If I could pin everything you did today, know that I would. Know that I would pin. I would pin you all day. Take that as you will. Take that absolutely. Oops. Uh-oh. I can fix that. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna let you guys go now. I love all of you. I really would pin even more if I could. I'll see you guys in the Discord, and I'll see you guys next time we stream. Bye. He would have a full pin wall. Man, I love pinning. It's why I love